Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Thank you guys so much for coming back to another video. If it's your first video, welcome guys. Welcome to this channel. What you get here is authentic Canadian content where I share my journey coming from Jamaica to Canada as an international student back in 2019. Been through the process, now a permanent resident, share my journey unfilteredly. If this is something that you're interested in, guys, please consider subscribing and becoming a part of the Andersons family, right? Really appreciate it, guys. Before you leave this video, guys, make sure that you have smashed that like button and you drop a comment. Let me know where you're watching from as usual, and let me know what you think about the topic that we're going to be talking about in today's video, guys. I'm going to be talking about something that I see coming up in the news recently, and it's where 700 international students were issued deportation notices from IRCC to go back to their home country. And I've seen it, probably a lot of you guys watching this video have seen it as well. So I was doing a little bit of research as to what exactly is the root cause of it, and I felt like I needed to do a video to talk or expound on it a little bit. Now, if you haven't seen the story, guys, let me tell you a little bit about what it is. 700 international students were issued deportation notices to go back to their home country, being India, because it was found out that they used fake letter of acceptance to get admitted into college to come to Canada. Now, these students would have already completed their studies, most of them having granted a postgraduate work permit already, and some have applied for permanent residency. Now, it was through the permanent residency stage that it was found out that these students used fake letter of acceptance essentially to get their study permit. Now, I do sympathize with these students a bit, because like many of you guys watching this video decide to use a consultant or decide to use an agent to do the process for you, and that is what they did. They paid a specific amount of money to an agency in India to process their visa application, their college application, everything. So it's like they gave the agency one set funds for the agency to do everything for them. Now, the agency was the perpetrators who created a fake letter of acceptance for many of these students who unknowingly thought that they were accepted into Umber College in Toronto, I think the college was, right? So they printed fake letter of acceptance for these students, didn't pay any school fee for them, of course. All of these things, created fake letter of acceptance, and then I'll use that fake letter of acceptance to apply for the study permit on behalf of the students. Now, when the students got into Canada, they thought that they were actually going to Umber College. But what happened is the agency reached out to them and tell them that their seats have been filled. So they have to wait 6 months to apply for Umber College again, or apply for a different program at a different school, which is all a part of the scam, right? So they got them into Canada. Then many of these students would have applied for other institutions, gotten accepted. They would have already had a study permit, so they followed through and completed their studies. Upon completing their studies, as I said, they applied for their post-graduation work permit, got their work permit approved, and then subsequently applied for PR, when after investigation they found out that the letter of acceptances were fake. Now, I don't think the students in vast majority had a lot to do in terms of where blame is concerned. I think most of the blame is definitely on the agency that actually processed these student documents on their behalf, right? Now, the agency was very careful not to sign the documents themselves, so for it not to trace back to them, but instead what they did, they had the students sign the application to make it seem as if the students were submitting the application on their own accord, on their own behalf, which was very misleading, and which is why I have so much sympathy for these students, right? Now, it leads into a point that I'm trying to make. If it is that you are using a consultant or an agent to complete your study permit application, please be involved in your process. Do not fall victim to just, okay, then I'm just going to pay one set money. They're going to take care of it, and I don't have to worry about anything. You see the repercussion of what might happen, right? Not to say that every agency is bad or every agency will do this. But you want to make sure that you are involved in your process and you know exactly what's taking place in your process, right? Be vigilant, do your research, do your investigation, and definitely make sure that you know exactly what's going on with your permit application, because look at that. That could have been any one of us, right? Pay an agent, got the acceptance, really excited, got into Canada, then it starts looking a little bit shaky. Part being failed, you have to apply for different college, and you can probably scrutinize it a bit and say, why did the students not see that as a red flag at that point in time, despite that the fact that their spots were filled and they had to apply for different colleges and stuff like that. But the truth of the matter is, guys, a lot of these are young people just coming out of adolescence, just starting adulthood, and they got the dream of coming to Canada. Now, not to say that they shouldn't have done their due diligence, but the point I'm trying to make is sometimes the euphoria, the excitement, the joy of the accomplishment overshadow what would I say, common sense, right? So I can understand where that is concerned. And furthermore, one of the students who was interviewed said that the agency even gave them back a partial refund for the college acceptance. So that kind of built more trust to make it seem as if they were even more legit. And then they then took advice from the agency now, because I mean they got back a partial refund. So then the agency did that in order to build their trust, in order to rope them into the scam, right? So essentially, guys, be very careful when it is that you are using an agent or a consultant to complete your application, because you don't want to end up in a similar position. Be involved, be involved, be involved. I always say that a study permit is a straightforward process, straightforward enough, but I do understand that some persons might have complex situation that they might need a professional to take a look at. But if you have a very straightforward situation, you can use the Government of Canada website to get every single information that you need. There's so many YouTubers who are out here giving you the content exactly as we did it as well. You can definitely find what works for you. Now, information is something that has to be proportionate. In terms of information overload can be a barrier to success. So you have to choose where to get the information from. And the best source, I always say, is the Government of Canada website. And let that be your guide. And then if it is that you want to use YouTube videos for additional guidance, make sure that you're choosing something that is aligned with your specific circumstances and also aligned, or the information is actually being fact checked. Don't take somebody's word for it just because they are in Canada and they were approved, right? A lot of us are in Canada, guys, and we give wrong information. And I say we because I'm probably guilty of it too. Everybody is guilty of it at some point. So you want to make sure that you are taking it as your initiative to fact check whatever it is that you hear on your favorite channel, right? So you fact check it with IRCC's website, and if it's not there, you can pick up the phone and you can call IRCC. I can say, hey, I've seen this, I'm planning to apply for a study permit for myself. Is this true? Is that wrong? And stuff like that. So you can definitely fact check all of those things, because as an international student here in Canada, it's almost like walking on chalk line. You want to make sure that you're doing everything correctly, because it's the first part of the journey, right? A lot of persons come to Canada to study. Some genuinely wants to study, but others are doing it for the immigration opportunity that exists through studying in Canada. So essentially, studying is the first step on that journey. So you want to make sure that that is being done properly, right? You want to make sure that you have all the information, because having a permit is a study permit, or being on a study permit is almost like walking on a chalk line. Any wrong turn, any wrong move, and you're out of the country. You are just one tier higher than a visitor visa. Literally, you're almost even on the same level now. That the fact that visitor visas can apply for work permits, are probably are even on the same level, right? So do not abuse a study permit and believe as if like you are, I would say, constant or permanent in Canada, because as a temporary resident, guys, you have to make sure that you're doing everything in line with IRCC that will give you the best chance of success in terms of your immigration goals in the future, right? So take that in mind, and the best way to do that, guys, is to take your own initiative and make sure that you're doing your own research and make sure that you're being involved in your process. I've seen so many persons just pay a flat fee to a consultant, to an agent, let them worry about it kind of thing, and it comes back to haunt them. Some of them get refused and they don't even know what was submitted within their application. Don't fall victim to that, guys. Make sure that even if you're using an agency or if you're using a consultant, you are involved in your process. Make sure that you have say as to what goes into your application, and if you have any doubts, be sure to fact check everything that's in your application, because you don't want to end up in a situation as these Indian international students who are being forced to go back to their country after investing their money, investing their time, investing their skills. And they have been in Canada, many of them, since 2018, right? So that's 4 years, 5 years ago. 5 years in a different country, transitioning, integrating, working in a new country, building a different life, sending back money back home, like living the immigrant dream, only to find out one day, while waiting on your permanent residency approval, you're waiting on the approval now to say, yes, I'm now a permanent resident of Canada, only to find out that, okay, then you're being deported. Guys, I cannot imagine what they're going through. And if you're watching this video and you're one of those persons, I just send positive vibration your way, and I just let you guys know that, listen, I understand, and it's not your fault, right? And as best as possible, try to get an immigration officer, an immigration attorney, and see if there's anything that can be done, because it is very, very, very hard to take. I can 100% sympathize and understand exactly what you guys might be feeling right now. So just sending positive vibration your way. And for persons who are thinking of coming to Canada, do your research, be involved, and take it as your own initiative. Anyways, guys, that's what I wanted to chat about a little bit. I feel like I haven't done a sit down with you guys for a while, even though it was just a couple of videos ago. If you like our sit down, guys, drop a comment and let me know what you would like me to talk about next. Or if you guys prefer me to do vlogs or sit down, what do you guys prefer? Let me know. Also, guys, check out all the links in the video description right down below. There are so many ways to connect with me, guys. Persons are reaching out. How can I get in touch with you? Can I get a phone number for you? There's so many ways to reach out to me, guys. All of those ways are in the video description right down below. Reach out to me on Instagram. Make sure that if you're reaching out to me on Instagram, you give me a follow. I really appreciate it, guys. Shoot me an email. My email is even right in the description right down below. And if you need to have a one-on-one with me, guys, just to find out more about my journey and what is it that I did on my journey that can be beneficial to you, you can definitely book a time in my Calendly. I do offer assistance for LOE help. If you write your letter of explanation and need somebody to look it over based on the fact that I've been through the process already, you can book a time, and if you need me to write it from scratch, I will do that as well. Bearing in mind, guys, disclaimer, I am no immigration consultant, affiliate, lawyer, worker, agent, anything of the sort. I just share my journey as it comes, and it's like almost from farm to the table, right? I've experienced it, so I'll share it, right? Now, book a time if it is that you want to have a one-on-one with me, and that's just to find out more about our journey, as I said. And I also do career coaching, guys, if it is that you're migrating and you need to have the advice that's going to set you up for success in terms of building a career, Canadian resume, also in terms of just landing that first job, tips, recommendation, what should you be doing in order to, get that perfect job. Book a time and we'll definitely have a chat for an hour and make it work, right? If you're thinking of coming to Grand Prairie, Alberta, I do offer settlement services here. Airport pickup, finding an apartment, grocery shopping, furniture shopping, take you to get your documents, all of those lovely stuff. Venturing into different parts of Alberta, but it's difficult, the fact that I'm not physically there. So right now I offer settlement services in Grand Prairie, Halifax, and Dartmouth, right? So reach out to me if it is that you're going to any one of those cities, and definitely make your transition a lot easier. All right, guys, please, if you have made it this far in the video, please consider subscribing to my channel. I really appreciate it. Let's get us to 6,000 subscribers as quickly as possible. Smash a like on the video, guys. It really helps out the video, and drop a comment. All right, guys, see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Okay, little more.